How do you like it? I'm a novice at this. I make a few mistakes.
Justin Thunderliger.
I don't know.
You know, all of these documentaries, Dark Side of the Ring, all this stuff that we get to watch and see, the reason we're so interested in it all is because none of these guys were accessible to us before. Like, these wrestlers should not be able to be on Twitter talking to us. And for God's sake, Tony Khan, I should not have such an opinion about Tony Khan. I should not know anything about Tony Khan. He's a goddamn billionaire. I shouldn't know his personality traits and quirks. I shouldn't know that he's on Twitter listening to the marks and the smarks and the sickos, like literally changing music for a performer during a match because he saw the reaction on Twitter. Like, I guess in the modern age, there is a positive to that, like having your fingers at your ear to the ground, like on the pulse. But that's a good thing. But I shouldn't know what Tony Khan thinks and how he acts. I shouldn't be able to predict that if this guy says this, Tony Khan's going to react like this and say that online, and then he's going to do this and this. I shouldn't know what this CEO billionaire of my secondary wrestling competition company is like. Like, does that make sense? Like, this is all too visceral and too raw. Like, it's like a nerve ending, and we can tell that he's not built for this. So there's no mystery to it all. Like, it's the girl has walked in the room and she's already naked. I'm just like, oh, okay. Put your clothes back on for a second. You know, it's like, geez, like there's no mystery to this guy, and we can tell that he's overwhelmed, doesn't know what he's doing, making decisions at the last minute. And it would be nice to look at the decisions and wonder what's going on instead of knowing, oh, well, if Tony and his minions are doing this and that, it's pretty obvious, you know? That might be arrogant of me to say, but I don't like the fact that I have that feeling and I have the ability to say that and that people might agree with me. Like, he should be way less accessible to everybody. Does this make sense?
I agree, and one of the things that I've noticed online, and it's almost like you can almost manipulate him via Twitter to kind of get what you want, right? Like, I think sometimes they listen to Twitter and whatever, the online people a little too much.
Yeah, but if you're listening to them from behind the curtain of the Wizard of Oz, like if you're the floating head and you're like, oh, but like I know that it's a little teeny dude behind the curtain and he's like, yeah. Like, Tony Khan has been too open and with everybody. Like, why do people out there say that ROH sucks? And like you start to have a debate with them about if it was in a bubble on its own, like if this was just you had no other wrestling, or if this was 20 years ago, or if this was ROH on its own over here doing this, you would have a different opinion than knowing that it's Tony Khan's third tier brand that he's doing. Like, we all have an opinion about it based on what we know about the backstage. And it's because Tony Khan is undisciplined and has allowed this to happen as far as being so familiar to us all. But also the modern age, every single wrestler is familiar to us. We all know it all. We all have instant access to shoot interviews from every single dickhead with a podcast or a radio or on a Cat Power that has an opinion. Like, we're all out there doing this, and it's all so accessible that like there's not going to be any documentary. There's going to be no Dark Side of the Ring 20 years from now because we'll have all seen it all. We're like, oh, I know this story already. I was there. I was watching. It was freaking live streamed. There's no mystery.
That is why you have the Netflix show Unreal, because WWE is trying to control the message and the media, and they're trying to control their own narrative into things. So rather than 5, 10, 15 years from now people talking about these things, guess what? WWE is pulling back the curtain and showing you those things now, today. That is why Unreal exists. It is purely so that WWE and TKO can control the narrative. And my question to you, Hutch, is how do you feel about that show?
I haven't watched it, but I've heard a lot of people review it. But you know what? I completely premeditated in any fashion. Everything that I just ranted about Tony Khan being too excited, I didn't think about any of that beforehand. I suddenly thought, like, well, this is what it is. This is the damn problem. And I just started talking. That might be a major problem in my life. But in the same way, I think the reason why I haven't watched it, because I've been very busy, and it's been one of the things where I'm just like, I'm not making the time for that, because I don't want them all to be so bloody accessible to me. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear them talking about the match before the match. Like, God, I spend so much, I have a lot of that in my life already, and then I go out there and I pretend it's not happening. Like, that's my job. I do commentary after talking with the guys backstage about what might happen. Not every match, but some matches I work with, and that I know. I don't need that in my show now. Like, WWE, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't connect it to my own life. I don't don't want to see this yet. Like, if it comes on, I'll watch it if it's on TV. You know, the McMahon documentary, my girl was like, hey, you want to watch that McMahon documentary? And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And we watched it on Netflix like last year, a couple weeks after it came out. She said she had interest in watching it, so we did. But I wasn't going to rush out and watch it. So hopefully somebody says to me, hey, you want to watch Unreal, or my son or my person, or I'm bored and I decide to watch it. But I don't have an opinion. And everybody else's opinion that I've heard, I don't know. Some people think it makes CM Punk look like a shill and a schmuck, and some people say that it seems like it's like fake reality TV. Like you said, they're trying to control the narrative. They're like, you know, here's our fake wrestling product, and here's our fake behind the scenes of the wrestling product. It's like it might as well be that old British show Wrestlers. If you haven't seen it, you should go find it, folks. It's pretty fun. Yeah. It's like just behind the scenes of the wrestling, but it's not even real. It's not real. Like, because they're talking about the scene they're about to film, and the wrestlers have said that there were times where cameras were around and they realized, oh, that's ended up getting in that show. So there is some reality there. But you can't tell me that, hey, we got this great shot of CM Punk doing this the other day and asking Charlotte about shitting in the ring. So, like, could we do a scene now where you guys talk about this and we'll make it seem like that? So it's like half real, half not real. I don't care.
That's all
like, I don't have time
TV.
For this shit.
Like, here,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
It's all reality TV. Like, let's be honest here, right? It's not just this WWE product. That's how reality TV is. If you see how produced reality TV is, you would be shocked. And you wouldn't call it reality TV.
Yes, and it's all like, and if you want to get weird about it, it's like wrestling's I already get enough wrestling in my life. Wrestling's already reality TV, fake TV, and like, if I'm gonna go watch that shit right now, believe me, I'm tuning into some Osbournes or some Hogan Knows Best. You know, like the wounds are still fresh. I'm not watching Unreal. Give me a break.